Life is short. Eat your caviar with your animal crackers.
I bear the responsibility of all of my decisions. Good thing I'm always right. Hello!
I'm Hunter Harden.
And I'm Papa the Bear. And welcome to the Real Housebears.
I don't have a special guest this morning, but I do have a suggestion for Bravo.
Oh, yes?
But I'll say podcast. So, podcast. There. I did it. But Bravo, I suggest that at these reunions, wouldn't it be fun if you did lie detector test and people can prove it?
Oh my God, could you imagine? It'd be like the Maury show.
Exactly. I mean, it worked for Jerry Seinfeld as well.
You are the father.
You are La Rita Von Teese. What was it? Reality Von Teese? What was it?
You are Reality Von Teese.
No, you did not.
Reality Von Teese?
Reality Von Teese.
Okay.
Like Dita Von Teese, but Reality Von Teese.
Gotcha.
Since that epic finale last week, it has gotten all, Salt Lake City watchers and then some, even politicians like congressmen, right? All in a tizzy about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Didn't what's her name on the
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yes. Started talking about it as well.
Jennifer Lawrence called it the best reality television season finale ever.
So, since she watches it, she has actually seen our faces.
Oh.
Wow. That's unnerving.
Oh, wow. I never thought, wow.
Mm-hmm. And probably Rihanna, too. I mean, I don't know if Rihanna watches, but...
Yeah, she does. She's DM'd Heather.
That's what I feel. I feel like Rihanna's... I mean, so, they've actually seen our faces. And I wonder what they said about us. Maybe we should send the clips to them on, DM and be like, what do you think about us?
We're thirsty. Well, so I was getting to that, since we've all been in such a tizzy about it, it means that also, luckily for us, our friends and listeners have been more engaged with us on social media. And to be fair, we have been more engaged in social media since that finale. So before we get into the reunion part one, which we always say, not a whole lot happened. It won't take us a whole lot of time. And then we end up talking about it for an hour and a half. But nonetheless, before we get into it, I have a list of people who just really have brightened our day lately by engaging in social media. So our first, I have a list of people from YouTube. We never, call out the people from YouTube who comment on our videos, but the Paranormal Polynesian is a new listener. They also asked about being in the choir. So, hey, yes, that was us. And if you live in Salt Lake City, follow us on Instagram at The Real Housebears and DM us. And if you want to know about how to get in the choir, I can give you information on that. But thank you for being a new listener. You are now #HousebearsFamous. You want to get real tired of hearing that in just a few minutes because G Bassman5341 from YouTube
Slapping the bass.
Slapping the bass. Well, he commented, we do agree. Yes, we do. We are very partial to Heather Gay. We are unapologetically partial to Heather Gay. And
hey,
always...
but I still call her out for things. I said she's absolutely a pusher. I said she's a pusher with her body.
But I'm agreeing with you. But what I'm disagreeing with you is that they are actually friends. Like Heather and Lisa are on the phone all day, every day. Heather and Whitney are on the phone every day. All of the women, Heather, especially the core four, they talk regularly. They communicate every day and really are true friends.
When you go to camp, you make a bunch of friends, but then since you don't see each other all the time, you just kind of fall out of being friends. I think that's what Real Housewives is. It's like a camp, but it's every couple months, so you have to build all this relationships.
But either way, GBassman5341, thank you for commenting, and you are now hashtag
Housebears
famous. Swedish blouse.
Oh, shoot.
Swedish blouse, we agree.
What does that even mean?
Well, what it means, according, is just don't take everything so seriously. That's what Swedish blouse says.
Good.
So Swedish blouse, we agree with you, and you are hashtag Housebears famous. Now, two people who are already hashtag Housebears famous.
Housebears famous.
Arnold Strong numero uno and Robin Roca 2091. Thank you. We love Heather Gay. Thank you for commenting on a lot of videos. So those are our YouTube. We got a few for Instagram, a few from Facebook.
Ooh, we're not going to be able to keep doing this kind of stuff.
I know, but listen, people have really, and we're not going to. But lady _ Colleen, I know you're already Housebears famous. Thank you for our awesome DMs lately. I want my pink shirt back. Thank you for the 5 stars on Spotify. Like, that's all we ever want, right?
See, that's all I really want.
See, so you are hashtag Housebears famous, and Chad _ McMullen 7. Chad, thank you for refreshing your feed all day long until our episodes come out. You are hashtag Housebears famous. That's all the new people. I want to give a shout out to Aneka, our Dutch BFF, who's already Housebears famous.
Yeah.
And Holly, you changed my day in the best of ways with your most recent DM. We love you, and you know why.
Yes. We
Already hashtag Housebears famous. All right.
Big bear hugs to you.
So, it's really not very traditional that we have such a long list, but we haven't had anyone who has been Housebears famous for a few weeks. So I thought, assuming this might be a shorter episode, we'll see that we have the time to thank those people for getting us engaged.
Okay, cheers. Cheers.
I have a hashtag Housebears one, but it's going to be for tomorrow.
For tomorrow? Are we doing another episode tomorrow?
Well, I mean, it's for the next episode.
Oh.
Yeah, not tomorrow, but the next episode, yes. It's actually a girl I went to high school with.
Well, you better not forget. Well, let's get into Reunion Part 1.
Let's do this.
Welcome to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Season 4 Reunion.
Okay, so the first time we watched it, I was like, nah, I don't know. I expected that it would not reach my level of frenzy since last week's finale.
Yeah.
So when we watched it, when it aired Tuesday night, I was like, okay, that was fine. They're obviously saving everything for episode 3.
You can't blow your load on the first episode.
No, you cannot. But then when we rewatched it to take notes and to dissect it apart, I was like, okay, well, they did cover actually a lot of ground. It just wasn't the ground we wanted to walk on.
It was actually pretty friendly.
Yeah, well,
you could tell that they were all friends.
The core four,
yeah, they're all very nice to each other. You can tell if you look in the background of all these. If you look in the background of anybody else talking but Monica is so disinterested. And have you ever seen back in the day, when kids didn't have iPhones, sitting in a doctor's office when you're 5 years old and there's nothing there to do, you're just bored, so you're just screwing around with things around you. That's what Monica's doing. She's this entire episode,
fiddling with her hair,
unless they're talking about her.
Right? Yeah, completely not interested. But the core four, even when they are arguing, they're being very respectful. They're not being in earlier seasons, they will say things to really hit below the belt and be mean to each other, but not yet, at least in this reunion. And I don't think that they will, except again, Monica and Angie might give and receive some of that even from the core four. But I think the core four, I think they're going to maintain a level of respect. I don't know if I am hoping or not, but throughout all 3 pieces.
Well, I think they're trauma bonded now.
Right. Well, you're right. I think that's completely right. So all the women are arriving in New York City at 7 a.m.
Monica gets out of the car looking like a drowned, harassed rat. That's all I could think of. And then after they said, keep going. I have more.
No, I love that. Well, when each woman shows up, they show a dramatic saying about them or something that they said throughout the season. So Heather mentions her black eye. Meredith mentions something about speaking the truth. Whitney is, you're the one with a secret. And Angie K, it's about her involvement in Reality Von Tease. Lisa's is, okay, we watched the Peacock version, the uncensored version.
It's a whole different experience.
to take notes with. So, warning, this, even our sound bites are from the uncensored version, and maybe we might be a little bit of the uncensored version, because the line they use when Lisa arrives is, "You're a dumb bitch."
You dumb bitch.
I know, I was going to say something about that. But my God, Lisa, she has so many one-liners in this episode.
And then, Monica, there's so much more to the story, and trust me, you're all going to want to hear it.
Dumb bitch.
Heather, Whitney, and Lisa say a quick prayer. Meredith brought her purse for all of her notes. And Heather and Monica have the hot seat.
I thought I was avoiding the hot seat today.
Now, there's, a lot of question. Do you want the hot seat? Does the hot seat mean that you're the most popular person on the show and you're pretty much guaranteed another season? Or does it just simply mean you've got the most, biggest story of the season, whether bad or good?
Yeah, it's the biggest story, and it's always the hero or the villain on each side. It's because it's, it's whoever you're going to side
People
with.
really want to make it a popularity contest.
Yeah.
But I think So Heather's not so happy about. Do you want to talk about looks for a second?
Oh, I didn't even look at the looks. But I did really like Heather's color and outfit.
Heather's looked beautiful. I thought Monica's
looked
I thought
really
that
good.
green was beautiful against her skin. Meredith's. Meredith has had some very controversial looks in the past. Remember, she had that tuxedo coat or dress. She had the feathers. She had, some controversial looks. This one is pretty understated, but I wish I could zoom in for you a little bit better. But
it almost looks like they're all going to an adult prom or something.
Well, I think it was Bermuda inspired.
Yeah,
I think it was Bermuda inspired.
There's definitely not any gowns or anything.
But Meredith isn't all like that out of the ordinary, but there are some pretty interesting lines on it.
You know what I am happy to not see?
What?
Nude illusion.
Right.
I can't handle nude illusion
anymore.
anymore.
Whitney is getting a lot of hate about her dress, but I thought it was very fun and Bermuda inspired. She's also getting a lot of hate with her hair, and you know what? My mama taught me if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all.
Whitney's hair. It's what are people saying about it? People are so stupid.
Angie K looks like she has a pasty over one boob.
I don't like the way this dress fits her because I think she's got an old scar on top of her right breast.
Oh, yeah?
That I kept getting distracted by.
I've never
this
noticed.
Episode.
But does that look like she has a pasty on? Maybe not. Okay.
Dumb bitch.
That's going to be thrown around a lot tonight.
Lisa Lisa likes that length. Lisa likes that silhouette. It's she said she looked like a Christmas ornament. So I guess probably up close, it's really sparkly.
Yeah, when she said she looked like a Christmas ornament, I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah. And then Mary looks pretty understated even though she didn't show up tonight. That blue dress that she wears, pretty understated.
Dumb bitch.
Okay. But Heather Gay for the win.
Yeah, I kind of would have to say that. I really liked Heather Gay's outfit
Monica,
and color.
I'm gonna
but
say
Monica as well.
Monica's
I would
a really
say
strong
Monica's
second.
really good too, but I don't like the dumb bitch. So.
Oh my god. So, they have not been together in a group, minus Monica in particular, since the finale. Andy was making it pretty obvious, and Monica just had to be Captain Obvious and say, well, they've all been together except for me. And then Andy's like, yeah, Captain Obvious.
Yeah, well,
That's
she's complained about her life and everything and how people are treating her constantly.
I wonder what Andy thinks about, a fan who is running a troll account infiltrating the show.
I think he just thinks money. I think he just sees her as a dollar sign. You know?
Yeah.
Someone's got to do it.
But they start off with the Shaw of it all.
And you know what? I'm just kind of over it. I don't want to hear about Shaw anymore.
True.
But I do want to know how that black eye happened. That's it.
Right. But we ain't going to know till episode 3, which, again, is supersized. Anyhow, how did it feel doing the show without Jen Shaw? The women were excited. Heather says, though, you know, like, she's like, what if some of the people were watching just because they enjoy that kind of drama and that kind of energy that Jen Shaw brings, that chaotic energy? What if we're going to lose all of them? But luckily, everyone on this cast is chaotic enough, and Monica was, a great chaotic addition to it. So,
and honestly, I think that's going to be a feeling for them every season. Because, I mean, how are you going to top this season? Like, the unveiling of reality Von Tinsel? Von Teese! I need to write it down.
But at least, I think, though, not having Jen Shaw there made the ladies feel like they could really be themselves. And the show wasn't, I'm like, let's face it, last season was about Jen Shaw.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say it was the Jen Shaw group. Like, Jen Shaw in the 4.
And that was the season that, according to Monica, was getting ready to cancel the whole show.
Because pay attention to your kids. Quit caring about other people's lives and ratings, honey.
Right. Then they address, do you feel betrayed with the guilty plea? Because you all were defending her into the last minute. And here is again, I know Heather is getting, a lot of praise and a lot of hate for you supported Jen Shaw with what she was doing, but now Monica having a troll account is the worst thing in the world. But here's another moment where even Lisa was like, we all at different times ignored the signs. And we all at different times supported our friend. Who wants to believe that your friend could be up to these horrible things?
I mean, look at Monica. She started off as friends with Jen and then turned into enemies.
I mean, even last season, at the end of season 2, Meredith and Jen Shaw were mortal enemies. At the beginning of season 3, they made best friends so that Meredith could support Jen through this legal situation. Like, they all at different times. Yeah, Heather really rode hard. But,
And to be honest with you, it was a lot easier to run with the Jen Shaw water than against it. Because it was a hard life to live.
Oh, yeah.
And like they said, she would go and attack them on social media as well. So everyone was just kind of scared of her. And they were like, listen, the feds are doing this. We are not the ones that have to make the decision.
Right. So then we get into, I guess, not the complete Monica package, because this doesn't really talk about her mom or any of that other thing, any of the Von Teese, but Monica is keeping it 100 with Salt Lake City's 1%. So they talk about, Monica's a single mom, and Monica had a lot of drama with Lisa until the end. So Andy, you and I really had a great moment with this. Andy was like, I thought it was really touching when you were talking about, the pressure of buying the bag.
That was all for show.
Now, we just thought it was, we found it relatable, but we also, if you followed us on social media or listened to our podcast, we thought it was funny.
It was hilarious.
I don't know.
Ridiculous. Have you ever seen that?
We weren't touched by it. We were like, yes, man, that's hysterical.
Yeah. And we made a joke about it because we got our stuff from like Kohl's.
Oh, right. Yes. Cross-dress for less.
I would die. I would seriously die.
Old Navy clearance rack.
Yes. So why was it so important for Monica to share the toils of buying an expensive bag? And Monica's like, you know what? I was just insecure that I was a whore who has 4 kids living in a 3,000 square foot home.
You're also a dumb bitch.
You dumb bitch.
That's not true entirely.
I did like that Lisa called her out at one point. Or no, Angie did, saying that you spent all that money on a purse instead of on your own children and stuff. And you know what? She does have a luxury vehicle. And you know what? Maybe if she didn't go off and buy stupid stuff like that, maybe she could afford a bigger home for her kids and herself. instead of worrying about what everyone thinks about her.
Especially with that nice new
And listen, you've been getting free like facials and stuff from Beauty Lab and Laser. Like, honey,
Right,
we know you have
right.
money.
But she also has that nice new, what's the word I'm looking for? The dad pays the money for the kids.
Oh,
Child support. Child support.
alimony?
Child support. I couldn't think of child support. Of
And
all
what was
things.
it, 666 or something?
I think it was 6,600.
Oh, and that, I guess that's fine.
I wonder if that's per kid or total.
Well, be grateful because you're a whore and you broke up a family. So take the money and quit being a
Dumb bitch.
I just really don't like people that are such hypocrites
I stand by what I said. 100%.
and contradict their actions with what they say with their actions. And she's just so infuriating.
I don't bring it up. I don't start it. It's always brought to me.
Ugh. She's great TV.
She is great
She's
TV.
gorgeous too. She's stunning, but man, she's that ugh.
Why was Monica so annoyed by Lisa carrying on about the ring? And Monica was like, well, I just didn't like that it was about the price tag.
60,000, 60,000, 60,000, 60,000, 60,000.
But according to Lisa, it was not about the price tag. Henry almost died at birth. So she gets different rings for different occasions. So John bought her that ring, because they were worried about Henry. They were worried that she might not ever have kids again. And he just bought her that ring to get her through that difficult time.
You know what would have been like really great for her to focus on during that time was Henry. He survived. He lived. That's a great gift.
Maybe the ring was also a celebration that Henry survived.
Maybe it's because of the ring he survived.
Maybe it is.
What came first, Henry or the ring? At the same time?
Maybe Henry was born. They were struggling. He was breathing with a tube. John bought the ring, put it on Lisa's finger. Henry survived.
Do you know how expensive births are, especially if you have a troublesome birth?
Well, at least $60,000, I guess.
I mean, put that in your child's college fund. Instead of the woman's bathroom in Palm Springs or at Monica's house. Ridiculous.
So Lisa's like, so I am relatable to the middle class, and I'm not part of the 1%. And Monica Shady goes, yeah, oh, I know, you're not part of the 1%. And Lisa's just like, okay, so now I know that you're trying to take a dig, but I ain't buying into it. I'm not buying into it.
It's stupid.
Monica thinks that Heather and Lisa started the rumors that Monica stole the ring.
Because she spreads rumors herself, and so she's constantly outletting what she's doing onto other people. She's constantly doing that.
Yeah.
Irritating.
Yeah. Well,
Don't let me talk about her anymore.
Let's move on.
but since Monica doesn't have any proof of it, then she just goes, well, then why didn't you defend me when other people were saying it? And Lisa's like, it's not my job. And Heather's like, because I believed it.
And I'm like, we found out you're reality Von Teese. You're talking about all these people online. Like, you're just such a hypocrite.
You have no credibility left.
Yeah,
you have
it's
no
so
credibility
irritating.
left. But
but I am irritated in Lisa Barlow.
Why?
She kept saying it was 60K, and it turns out it was only 58K.
I know.
Honey, be 1%. Thank you.
that cheap ass ring.
Yeah, that's cheap.
Well, Monica thinks they're accusing her because she's poor, not because she has proven to be untrustworthy. But whenever Angie K tries to cut in, Monica cuts her right back out. She calls her a bench warmer, and she's like, this is not about you, just like this season. But I'm like, Angie K was a major part of this story almost the whole, it was all about Angie K when she went to Palm Springs uninvited. It was all about Angie K when her husband was being accused of being a homosexual infidel. This whole season's been about Angie K, girl.
Monica is slowly turning into the West Coast Teresa.
Say, don't come following me.
Oh my gosh.
Slowly but surely, because she's just a monster.
Or a Kelly Dodd. Oh, not a Kelly Dodd. Monica says, though, kind of wrap it all up about the ring, that she didn't even come into the bathroom until like 20, 30 minutes after the ring had already gone missing. Then we get into Monica's relationship with Jennifer Shaw again.
Jennifer Shaw.
So they were friends. Then she started kind of working for her. Then obviously enemies. So when Andy
I love this so much.
Well, we find out that she wasn't paid, and Andy asks, "You were taking time away from your kids for a job that doesn't pay?"
For somebody that you knew was ripping people off at some point.
Yeah, kept on going until she didn't. Well, Heather's like, well, I kind of have proof here that Monica was really just using Jen Shaw as a way to get on the show. You know, Kim Kardashian started off as an assistant, and look where Kim Kardashian is.
Fucking Kim Kardashian was a fucking assistant. And look at that bitch now.
Yeah.
I can fully admit that the whole reason why I was an assistant and putting up with that shit was as a stepping stone, as a learning experience.
Now, listen, Monica's beautiful like a Kardashian, though, so...
But girl, that being an assistant doesn't make you famous. Getting a sex tape out makes you famous.
Right,
With
yeah.
somebody famous. Girl,
there you
do
go.
it.
Seriously.
Girl, don't be stupid.
go Barbie scissor kick with us.
And also, Kardashians have already happened and been done. Like, it's not going to just happen again.
Right. So Monica says, well, when I applied for the show, I applied just like everyone else. And everyone else was like, apply what?
I was like, I don't think any of these women applied for it. I feel like they were approached and then spread of name.
Lisa's like, actually, I'm the one who brought the show to Salt Lake City.
Oh my God, Lisa Barlow. I just love any kind of delusional life that you have. Like, even if it's true or not,
Well, actually,
I love it.
It is true.
Oh,
it is true.
I love it.
So, but then we find out that she actually sent an email to casting, and according to Monica, she says that it said, and I have the soundbite.
I said, my name is Monica Fowler, and your show sucks, and your ratings are shit, and it's going to get canceled because you don't have the right cast.
Wow.
Ugh.
Of course, Bravo's going to call you out on a lie, girl.
Dumb bitch.
And Andy is a producer of the show, dummy.
Dumb bitch.
So you're going to tell a producer that their show was crap?
Dumb bitch.
That's the only way she knows how to communicate is by cutting people down.
Yeah.
Or saying, oh, this happened to me, woe's me, fake crocodile cry. Tears.
That's true. She does communicate by cutting people down. We find out her friend from the Secret Service really just didn't tell her anything other than to get away from Jen Shaw because Jen Shaw is going to prison. And then we also find out that Monica herself reached out to the feds to, do the right thing, as she thinks the rest of the girls should have too.
Is it really like their job to give information that they don't have?
Right.
Is it really their responsibility?
Yeah, I mean, like they said, Jen Shaw was feeding them lies.
What were they going to bring to the police, honestly, about Jen Shaw?
Right.
What?
Monica,
except for being like, I'm scared of her, so I don't say anything.
Right. Monica's affair was 10 years ago. Monica's affair is not what broke up their marriage. How crazy is that?
It's not?
No, I can't remember.
I missed that.
Yeah, actually, no. The affair was 10 years ago, and they've only been separated for like 2.5 years.
Oh.
Yeah, how wild is that? Monica, it did seem like Monica was kind of bragging about her affair, and she's like, "Listen, I wasn't bragging. I was just, kind of being forthright, and I really just didn't want to. I've lived in shame about it so much. It's time for me to quit having to live in shame about it." Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Listen, the Monica fans are going to come after us this week. Well, they're going to come after you. They're not coming after me. They're coming after you.
Listen, we have a perfect good cop, bad cop dynamic.
Okay.
This is an acid trip.
It's a good give and take.
Not my favorite line from this reunion, but my favorite thing about this reunion is how Meredith sits with her back to Monica the whole entire time.
She has disengaged.
I was like, it can't be because of her hair, because her hair is parted in the middle. You know, a lot of them are worried about what side they're going to be sit on because of how they have their hairstyle. But Meredith's hair is parted in the middle. Her dress is very symmetrical. Like, why is she sitting like with her back to Monica other than just the shade of it all? Well, Monica says that people are really being hateful on social media, calling her horrid. Really, she said people on podcasts are calling her a dumb bitch. Like, lots of people have just been coming after her.
Well, how does it feel? Reality Von Tinsel?
That is kind of ironic, I guess. Yeah. All right. Well, then we take a transition into cast relationships / feuds. We've got Meredith and Whitney. You know, Whitney's comment about the bathwater, and Whitney talk about Meredith deflecting in arguments. We've got Lisa and Meredith reconciling. Lisa and Whitney, who are new besties until, you know, after Whitney's friend died. Whitney helping Lisa be a better person. So we start off, Meredith and Lisa are great. They're kind of building a new friendship. Next, Heather and Whitney, really easy to get back to it, but they're still dealing with some trust issues. Meredith, do you see that you tend to deflect during conflict? And the short answer is no. She's like, no, I don't see it. Actually, really, what it is that I respect other people's feelings and they don't respect mine.
I love that she compares, like, Whitney crying because of one of her good friends passed away to Lisa crying because of her makeup. She's like, I feel strongly for both of those people. So how come people can't feel strongly for me?
I let everybody feel their feelings. Why can't you let me feel
I
mine?
just love that comparison, and I think that comparison went right over Lisa's head.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, Lisa and Whitney both individually are like, but Meredith, let me explain all of these things to you. With this explanation, can't you even see how we see it a little bit? Like, that it just every single time it seems to happen in the middle of an argument? Again, short answer, no.
Well, she says nobody takes the time to ask her how she's doing and stuff. And I'm like, well, how are people supposed to ask you how you're doing when they do, you still don't tell them because you're bottling it up?
Right, yes. Well, they end up just agreeing that, like, Meredith just sometimes needs a moment to process things. That's why she disengages.
I think every day that people see her, like, throughout the day, like, at, like, 9 a.m., 12, and then, like, 6 p.m., be like, how are you doing, Meredith? Is there anything going on with you today?
That's what you should do.
That's what you have to do now.
But then Lisa brings up, you know, Whitney, people do process things differently. And, you know, you processing death and me processing how to deal with you during that death at Meredith's event. And it's not really like heated, but they are arguing, and Whitney said, Lisa says, there are things about our friendship that I have to regularly sweep under the rug, to like save so that our relationship is fine. And Whitney's like, well, I do too. And Lisa Barlow's like, name them.
Well, then say what they are right now.
Name them.
This whole argument of Lisa coming up to Whitney at that party or whatever to ask her about her friend, it's all very contradicting. And all I could come up with is Whitney is just really hurt. And sometimes when you're hurt, you hurt people that are like you care about and you're close to, because it's easy to get upset about something, and it's not about that. Because I don't think Whitney really understands that she's mad, because in that clip that they show Lisa walking up, her hands are full. She has full of stuff. Gives everything, says hi, and then stops and says, how are you doing? Is everything okay? But then Whitney later on says, you kept asking it and making it a big deal, and you're pressuring me to make that a big deal. And I'm like, okay, so if she walked up to you with all that stuff in her hand in front of everybody and first started trying to take care of you, what is that doing? That's making a big deal about it. But Whitney, you're just, I mean, it sucks losing a friend. It sucks losing a friend. So I understand. But I feel like Whitney was just taking it out on somebody that was close to her.
I agree. And people do that a lot. And sometimes they get too carried away with it and it ends up ruining their friendship. But it looks like the core four are keeping it tight for a minute. But we're quite a bit into this episode. So why don't we pause for a minute and get it tight right back up? And then we'll finish getting into some Angie K.
You just need an espresso martini.
That's what I need.
Bye.
Everyone, get ready, break. Break!
This is Heather Gay from The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and you're listening to the Real Housebears podcast.
Welcome back.
Angie.
Before we get into the rumors and the nastiness, we do find out that Angie K kind of just believed Monica through all these gay rumors and just chose to believe Monica. Like, really, like, why did you choose to believe Monica over Meredith? And she's like, I just chose to believe Monica. Monica, like, took me out to lunch, and I just chose to believe Monica. And then also in support of, the respect that the core four are having, Lisa and Whitney talk through that, like, when they have conflict, Lisa ghosts them. And so now in the future, she's going to say, hey, I need a minute. Like, they had a friendship understanding there.
Oh, my gosh.
But now we get into the rumors and the nastiness. But even though he does say the rumors and the nastiness, he gets into first Whitney and Justin, with Justin not wearing his wedding ring. Turns out that all along it was just because the ring stopped fitting.
My man is a big man.
Fat fingers.
I know that how much that excited you. But what I don't understand is, in the settlement you got from your old job, couldn't you afford to get your ring resized?
That's what I'm like. Men's rings are usually really easy to resize.
I mean, I haven't seen his ring, but
maybe he has high hopes that he's going to lose weight or lose weight in his fingers or something.
Okay, well, then you get it resized again. You're rich. You can afford it.
Yeah, you can do like jazzercise for the fingers. Isn't that what spirit fingers are?
Yeah, jazz fingers.
Jazz fingers. That you can just keep doing that every day.
But I'm glad to hear that they're doing better. And Whitney just really had nothing but nice things to say about him like she used to. The other women also agree how wonderful Justin is. And we think he's pretty sweet too.
And hot.
So Monica's divorce was just finalized in October after being separated for about 2.5 years. And he kind of congratulates her for her child support. And she's like, But I don't think that I would be celebrating it there either. That's something that would be very much used against her.
Yeah, there's nothing that she can do.
Monica's company kind of is going, but kind of isn't going.
Sounds like a scam.
It does sound like Heather's like, yeah, I made an order, I never got mine.
Yeah, can we go back to that?
So it sounds like kind of Monica kind of gave up, really, and then orders started coming in once the show started. That's what it sounds. She blamed COVID, but which makes sense. But this season was filmed after high horror COVID, and most of her orders were online, right? So I don't know.
Scam.
It doesn't take Inspector Gadget to figure out what you're doing.
It's a dumb bitch scam.
How are Angie K, Hot Sean, and Elektra doing? That is really the only family that, if they had gone through something like this, normally it would be like, how are Angie K and Hot Sean doing? How are Kyle and Mauricio doing? How are
and then
Dorit
and then bring up the kids
doing?
later on.
But it's never. I mean, they're like a triad, a non-sexual, obviously, throuple.
I just wonder how old Elektra is, and if it's just embarrassing to be like, my parents say I sleep with them all the time. Still, I feel like you would just get crucified at school.
To know no, I wouldn't. But it sounds like it's getting better, according to the finale. It sounds like it's getting better. The rumors started 30 years ago, right when they came to Salt Lake City. Of course, everyone is going to assume the hot hairdresser is gay. But once once Angie K established herself as a pillar of the community of Salt Lake City,
I am a pillar in the community in Salt Lake City.
everyone was like, okay, we know he's not gay now. They're a couple.
But every single person that goes by is like, oh, he's a hot guy. He's a hot gay hairdresser because, that's just the stereotype.
Right, yeah. Ooh,
So it's going to constantly happen.
Listen, if you follow him on Instagram, too, you get to see him without a shirt on a lot. He's got a great body. So, Meredith, you didn't say the rumors, but you dangled a carrot. What was your motivation, if not to get them to say the rumor on camera? And, man, you can tell Meredith went to law school. She's like, I didn't say it was a marital rumor.
But if the rumor is about something that will affect their marriage, it kind of is, right?
Well, I mean, she could be saying it could have been a rumor about business,
but
or rumor about
But was that the rumor?
Drug addiction. Well, Meredith didn't say what the rumor is. She just said, there are rumors about all of us. Ugh. So if I want to say a rumor about him, why don't I say a rumor about him? Now, Meredith very heavily insinuated that it was something marital, but she didn't say it technically.
If I want to go for the jugular and talk about this shit, the rumors, the nastiness, we can do that. You know what? You want me to go there with her husband? I can go there. Don't fuck with me. Tell her to fuck off.
Well, her transcription that she reads, she technically just says the rumors about the husband. Again, it could mean that he drives fast cars. It could mean that he, likes to sit down when he pees, whatever.
I love it that you chose drives fast cars or sits down to pee as a rumor.
I mean, I don't want people saying that about me.
I would have been like, I don't know. I would say he tries to flip houses, but they're all underbuilt or something.
yeah. So, well, I don't know. And those are just off the top of my head. So, but yeah, Meredith is always about the details and all about what was said and what wasn't said.
Oh, I do have to say, Angie calls Monica a rat. Monica laughs because it's not the first time she's been called that. Shocking! Oh my god! Oh my god! You, if you've been called a rat more than once in your life, maybe that's something about you, not other people.
I mean, you can tell that Monica really sees Angie K as easy fodder
and below her.
Yeah, you can tell. And you can tell that she thinks that Angie K is kind of a weakling who can't stand up for herself. But Angie K is holding her own just fine. When she said, spending your kids' money, and again, it was Peacock, so she said, spending your kids' money on a fucking purse.
Word.
I died.
We know where your values are, Monica.
I died. So a reader, wrote in and said that Whitney used Monica to bring it up on camera, but Monica exonerates Whitney from that pretty right away. So yeah, a lot of people, I guess we didn't need to take a break. It looks like we didn't have much more to go. But anyhow, a lot of people talked about how lackluster the first episode was. Again, we had plenty to talk about. We just talked about it for 45 minutes, but
trampoline with eyes. That is not a compliment in any form. That just means you're stretched out so much that you don't have wrinkles. And no, Angie. Trampoline face.
I mean, I guess Angie can say the same about herself then.
Oh my god! Maybe 95% of all Housewives cast.
Right, yeah. But let me tell you what, Drunk Drawn, still drawing Angie K as a Cyclops is just...
Listen, Drunk Drawn is really...
the funniest thing in the world to me. And you all, if you don't follow on Instagram, I think it's Bravo and Botox. They do a daily Bravo, several posts of just an internet wrap-up of memes about Bravo. After the Salt Lake City episode, the next few days, you can be guaranteed that you're going to see at least 20 or more hysterical memes about, the Salt Lake City finale or the Salt Lake City reunion part one. Bravo and Botox, you follow them. They're great.
I actually just thought of this right now. So I thought of a meme about that image of Meredith after receiving the news about Reality Von Tinsel, that she's like really upset, and it's just like a screenshot, and the wind is blowing her hair halfway through her mouth, and she's grabbing her thing. You could tell she's upset, and I
have that saved on my phone.
I just wanted to say, like, my bougie ass sitting on the lifeboat while I watch a Titanic sink. Like, that's what I wanted to. Yeah, that.
Like, I literally have that image saved on my phone. It's so.
I just want to be like my like the meme would be like my bougie ass being upset that the Titanic's going down, but still happy I'm on the lifeboat.
that image has been so many different memes.
It's so good.
So funny. All right. Wow. Thank you all for spending some time with us this week. We will be back next week for Reading Part 2. Where we'll start off again saying, well, not a whole lot happened. This will probably be short, and we'll end up having a 45-minute to an hour-long episode. But then, part 3, it's already going to be supersized. I can't wait. So in the meantime, follow us on social media. On Facebook and Instagram, we are The Real House Bears. On Twitter X, we are Real House Bears. You can email us at therealhousebears@gmail.com. And you can buy merch at the website realhousebears.redbubble.com.
You can also watch us on YouTube and Spotify. Y'all realize we do this every single episode. Like, this isn't like a pre-recording where we can easily pre-record this. So if we do this every episode, at least one person can go give us a GD 5-star rating on Apple or Spotify. Again, thank you. Whatever.
That was the person who did that was I Want My Pink Shirt Back.
Thank you so much. So yeah, you could watch us on YouTube and Spotify. You can also listen to us anywhere you listen to podcasts. And yeah, I just went on a rant about giving us some 5 stars and some cute ratings, and we'll make you hashtag Housebears famous.
All right, thank you all. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.